Cricbuzz Comm Box at the halfway stage. Kolkata Knight Riders winning the toss, asking Mumbai to bat first. And what a start they've had after a loss in the opening game. Quick reminder, 94 for 1 at the end of 10 overs. Nicely divided between Suryakumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma. 45 apiece. And they've really gone on the attack and tried to make up for lost time in the previous game. The one big lesson with Rohit Sharma said at the end of the previous game is one of the batsmen, if not more, needs to go on and get a bigger score. We all got starts and they've already rectified box number 1, Simon.
Yeah, they have. They've been very good, haven't they? Albeit a little bit of wayward bowling, I think. Just the fact that we're just too short. They've bowled a little bit into Mumbai Indians' plans and to some of their strengths as well. And when you look at Shivam Mavi, the youngest kid on show, or the youngest bowler on show, and then you've got the experience of the likes of Russell and Narayan and Cummins and Kuldeep, who are all going around the park a little bit. So the youngster kind of has found his length and found it properly, 1 for 9 off 2. But yet Cummins, just that pressure. And I'll go back to it time and time again, the pressure of all of that money. We don't have to worry about that, Gautam, do we? It's quite nice not having to worry about the pressure of being paid so much money. You know, it must be weighing on him heavily.
I was going to ask you that question. I mean, however experienced you are, you can deal with the pressure of game situation, but that's got to tell on you every time you go out there. It's got to be on the back of your mind, no matter how big a player or experienced a player you are.
And it doesn't matter. And we saw Ben Stokes under pressure when he was bought in the IPL auction last year for huge amounts of money. It happens to everybody, and more so the overseas players, because there's so much expected of them. Look, he'll come back. He'll have good games. He'll be fine. And he'll have games where he might be quite expensive as well at times, Pat Cummins. But he's a world-class bowler and a quality bowler. But it will still play on your mind. And it looks like it did at the start tonight. He just got too short. And these are very good quality players. Rohit Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav, both great players of the short ball. He's just got to find that line, find that length and get it right. But we've seen it so often in probably in the 8, 9, 10 years that we've been watching it together. Every time there's a really high price put on someone's head, they have sort of been found wanting a little bit. And, it's just that enormous amount of pressure that is put on you because of that big price tag. It's not easy. Don't envy them. But, hey, they're getting paid a huge amount of money to do their job.
Yeah, it looks as if the only way a wicket will come at this stage is from a run out. And even as we chat, there has been, it's gone upstairs for a possible run out. We'll update you on that. But just coming back to the two batsmen out there in the middle, they're known, particularly Rohit Sharma, the king of the pull, if you can call him that. And you're almost feeding him. You've got Pat Cummins, Andre Russell, halfway down the pitch going, Rohit, have a go. And he's saying, okay, fine, if you insist, I will.
And he's pulled, everyone and anyone in the world. He's played that shot against. He is a quality player of short pitch bowling. It's just a swivel pull that he plays. He can hit it along the ground. He can hit it in the air. He can do what he wants with it. And you just cannot feed Rohit Sharma in that area. There's two areas you don't look. I mean, the pads obviously clips the ball nicely, but you've got to try and make him drive. Get the ball swinging away if you can, but even if it's not swinging, make him drive down the ground. You can protect those areas a little bit more. But when you get short, he just feeds off it. And once he's been in for a little bit of time, it just becomes easier and easier for him.
Well, we have a little tradition here on Cricbuzz Comm Box, Simon. In case you're ever feeling short as a bowling side, you're getting hit over the park, get Cricbuzz Comm Box on, a wicket falls, and it has indeed happened. I told you about the possible run-out scenario. It's gone upstairs. It's OUT. That's the end of Suryakumar Yadav. How big a wicket is that at this stage, given how much momentum they had going?
It's broken a partnership. So what it means is that Kolkata can find a way to bowl at one new player at the other end and maybe get through a couple of cheap overs, maybe get Pat Cummins back on now and give him an opportunity to a new batsman. But they've got to find a way of restricting this total now. I mean, it looks like Joy's sort of guess at around that 178 and above is going to be pretty good at the moment, because if they don't end up with 170, 180, 190, there's something wrong after the start that they've got. So it's an opportunity for KKR to get back into the contest, back into the game, and maybe string 2 or 3 tight overs together, give Rohit Sharma 1 and bowl to the newer batsman.
We just noticed, to finish off, Simon, a pattern in the last few games. We just had a few, but the second half of the batting innings has generally not produced as much as projected totals would suggest. when you're setting a total. Rajasthan was an exception because for 9 overs out of the back 10, they didn't quite live up to potential, and that Jofra Archer changed that. But generally, it's been something for KKR to think that maybe we've got some hope there. How much can Mumbai aim at now?
Yeah, I think they've got to be aiming at another 100, another 90 to 100. So 180, 190, around about that number. If KKR can get it right, I think what has happened just before the dew has sort of arrived and formed, the ball has sort of got a little bit older, and it's just slowed up a touch at that back half of the innings. And the second innings, what you find is, as the dew is quite prevalent, then the ball starts to skid on a bit more. So there's that period of time where the ball's older, it's a little bit drier, and the pitch is just starting to dry a little bit, and it grips. So maybe that's why teams have found it slightly tougher at the back end of the first innings. It's quite dark outside now as I look out my bedroom window. So, you'd imagine that only lasts for about 15, 20 minutes, I think, and then the dew starts to form.
Yeah, local knowledge, that really helps. Just a reminder that in my pre-match prediction, I had 145. Now, the other day, Sunrisers Hyderabad had a collapse of 32 for 8. Now, only if something like that would have happened do I have any chance of winning this. But otherwise, I reckon, as you said, Simon, Mumbai and you and Joy should be thinking 160, 170 around there. Anything less than that, KKR will be delighted. Thank you very much for your time, Simon. We'll see you again at the halfway stage. That was Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll see you on My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.